Pivot. I'm a mom of 2 boys, and there's just some things that keep me up at night. Thinking about like, how am I gonna keep them fed? How am I gonna keep them happy? How am I gonna let them like be who they wanna be? But I just love them so much. And I really would do anything for them. But there's also something else that keeps me up at night. And that's thinking about all the drugs I used to do and how they really fucking ruined it for me, okay? It's not quite fair. Used to also, like, go pop my pussy on the dance floor all the time. Like, that's fun. I have to stretch before coming up here now. So, thanks, kids. I really did used to do a lot of crazy shit before I had kids. Like, I don't know if you've ever had LSD in your eyes. Yeah. I think that's why I have to wear glasses now, because that wasn't a thing before, and then all of a sudden it happened, and I think it was the LSD. There was a lot of it. I've also done some pretty stupid shit while being a mom. I've had to learn some lessons. Have you ever done psychedelics with a real human baby before?
No.
Okay. Just me. But just like, hold on, let me tell the story, because that wasn't the plan. Kind of. I was on vacation. I was in Colorado. I was visiting my husband's family. They had yet to meet said human baby. And I decided, hey, they got him. The aunts, the uncles, the grandparents, they could not let him go. I'm like, let's microdose, let's swim in a pool. And it was great. It was awesome. But at some point, all the aunts and uncles and grandparents left. And somehow I was just not microdosing anymore. I was regular dosing somehow. I was having a little bit too much fun. But he was asleep, Babies sleep really well on car rides. I wasn't driving. It wasn't, I promise. That almost, maybe I was. I don't know. We got there. And that's all that matters. I was watching Bob Ross make beautiful mistakes, Wonderful, recommend it. But then my baby woke up. And I had prepared for this, so I had a bottle already ready to feed him and have him go back to sleep. But while feeding him, his face was twisting and turning, and it was horrible, and it ruined my high, and all I could think about was like, what is up with this beautiful mistake of mine? So yeah, I don't do drugs anymore around my kids. So yeah, I decided against that. But I'm not the only parent. There's 2. It takes 2 to tango. I'm not the only parent that is missing out on the wild times. The night that I met my husband, I met him in his garage while filling up a cup from the keg. And one thing led to another. I ended up into his bedroom. Yeah. Not what you're thinking. I performed theatrical monologues for him on his bed. And I complained about how I had swamp ass because I sat on the flip cup table, so. He gave me a pair of sweats to change into and everything. He performed some parody songs for me, like, is it too late for super fries? And he gave me a bunch of cocaine. Yeah, no, we fell in love instantly. The connection was like that. And it definitely had nothing to do with the cocaine. No, nothing at all. Nothing at all. The last trip that he took, last debaucherous trip that he took, he went with his Colorado friends, which, by the way, he calls these group of friends the degens. It's, short for degenerates. Looking around the room, I don't think I needed to really explain that one, but like, hey, birds of a feather. Also, his name's not Theo, by the way. I mean, it is. That's what me and my kids and all my family call him. His family calls him Corey because that's his government name. And you're like, oh, middle name, right? Theodore or something. No, it's Michael. So there's like, There's no connection at all to Theo, but that's a long story. Either way, I love my Gemini husband, whatever the fuck his name is, you know? But he went to Las Vegas with his degen friends, and we barely financially recovered from that because it was a boys' trip to fucking Vegas. And anyway, he did think about the boys back at home, our kids, and he did buy him a souvenir. He bought him these like realistic looking magnets like that look like food, like donuts, bananas, a cheeseburger. They fucking love them, but they're also super weird kids. It wasn't until months later that I found out that he actually did not buy them. He actually ran out of all of his money on gambling and cocaine. That as he was leaving the airport, he found a bag of fucking realistic food magnets on the floor, just took them and made it a carry-on. And that's my fucking husband. And yeah, I love him so much. But thinking about it, all the crazy stuff that me and my husband did before and after kids makes me think, what did my parents do? You know, how fucking weird were they? Also, how weird were your fucking parents? Were they fucking freaks? Probably. And with that to think about, I'm Emily, and I am going to get out of here on that real uncomfortable note for you to think about.